Hello, everybody. It's Kwame Warner and Kenny Ho here with Bitcoin Blockheads, and we are going to run you through a brief presentation on USI Tech. Through the course of the next 10, 15 minutes or so, we're going to share with you briefly what Bitcoin is all about, the places it's accepted, how big it is, and then we're going to dive into what you're mainly here for, and that's the packages that can show you how to leverage your Bitcoin and create more Bitcoin. So let's jump right in. Again, I'm Kwame Warner. We've got my partner Kenny Ho on the line, and we're no one special, man. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about our background or our history. We're just everyday people like you guys that saw the tremendous opportunity in cryptocurrency and the great returns that we could capture with USI Tech by leveraging our Bitcoin, and we took advantage of it. And so we're hoping that you follow suit and do the same thing after you take a look at USI Tech a little bit closer. So about the company, USI Tech is based out in Dubai, and recently, just within the last few days from the time of this recording, they officially launched in the US. We had a huge launch event in Philly, and so they are officially legal to operate in the US, which was great news for us because we are ready to run here in the US of A. And USI Tech has been around for quite a bit, about 12 years or so. And their specialty has been in automated Forex trading software. They made this software for high net worth individuals, and it was automated where it was a no-brainer, and they got some great returns for those clients. And then they made it available for the everyday investor as well. The dev team that created that software has over 20 years experience. So the key in that is that we have people that are not just showing up to the party right now and throwing a dart at the monkey on the wall. They got this thing pretty much figured out. They're pretty experienced in it. And they've had over 100 software versions just in the last 8 years alone. The key thing that we're stoked about is that they retained the #1 legal attorney and SEC legal firm to make sure that the company is fully compliant in this industry and in the US as well as globally. And so that's huge. That just lets you know that they are here to stay, and they are making a major impact and waves in this industry. Now, what we're going to talk to you tonight about is the BTC packages, and they were introduced in, I believe it was like April of 2017. Is that right, Kenny?
March 2017, March 1st, we launched.
It was March 1st it was launched, and it was launched in the USA and in the worldwide markets. And the packages are incredible. So one of the things people might be watching this video, you might not understand what Bitcoin is, and I'm not going to get into the geeky technical part of it, but what I will tell you is Bitcoin is simply this: digital cash. It's digital cash. That's it, and that's all. And you want to get into the blockchain and all that stuff, you could dig into that later, but for all intents and purposes, Bitcoin, simply put, is just digital cash. Now, the cool thing about Bitcoin is that it's accepted at a bunch of these companies that you see on your screen right now, and the list is even longer than that. We just didn't have enough room to put them all on there. And here's a couple other companies that accept Bitcoin. You'll see Virgin Galactic. If you want to take a trip in outer space, Sir Richard Branson will gladly take your Bitcoin in exchange for a seat on his aircraft and will take you into outer space. In fact, one of the things that got Kenny and I are really excited, because we love Tesla, is that Tesla, a guy was able to buy a Tesla Model S with his Bitcoin by using one of the cards that you see right here. And that's the beauty of Bitcoin. If a company doesn't take it directly, you can get one of these cards, a loadable debit card, and they just simply make it easy for you to spend your Bitcoins wherever Visa or MasterCard are accepted. So there's no worries about, well, how do I change it, transfer it from Bitcoin into fiat or US dollars or euros or pounds or Canadian dollars. It's just that simple. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to my partner, Kenny Ho, and he's going to run through some stuff with you real quick.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Kwame. And, these few next slides are something that really blew our mind. What if you invested $10,000 in gold in July 2010? How much would that be worth today? $10,000 $230. You would have made a net profit in the last 7 years of $230, which is, which is not bad, because there's a lot of people that lose a lot of money in investments, but there's better investments. What if you invested in the S&Ps, the same 10,000 that you invested in gold? What if you put that into stock market and you invested in some of the S&P 500s in July 2010? What would that be worth to you today? And the answer is anywhere from between 25,000 and 27,000, on average $26,037. Now, here's where it gets crazy. What if you invested in Bitcoin, the same 10,000 in July 2010? What would it be worth today?
Drum roll.
Now, guys, make sure you're sitting down. But that would be over $525 million today if you invested $10,000 in Bitcoin in July 2010. So you see why we're excited. You see why we want to get and invest as much Bitcoin that we could possibly get and invest into, because, we're just looking off of the trends, and we know that this is going somewhere real fast at a phenomenal pace. So with that being said, what about you? What about you? What if you invested 10,000 in Bitcoin today? What would that be worth? I'll tell you, the market price is going up so fast and it's crazy, but 2.5 Bitcoin would equal on an average, about $10,000 today. So it would get you about 2.5 Bitcoin. What about in 2 years? Based on total current market value, you would still have 2.5 Bitcoin, but the market value could go up. You know what? And who knows what it's going to go up to? There's a lot of people that speculate within the next 2 years, maybe 50,000, maybe 70,000, maybe 20,000. I don't know personally, but I will say that 2.5 Bitcoin will be worth more, but you will only still have 2.5 Bitcoin. But let's check this out. And this is what really excited us about USI. What if you were able to take that 2.5 Bitcoin and earn on an average of about 1% a day, 5 days a week on that 2.5 Bitcoin? And what if you were able to compound it all? Because that's where the power of finances and the dynamics of growing your income, it really has to do with compounded interest. And with USI Tech, we found a way how to compound your interest, and that's called the new BTC packages that we launched on March 1st, 2017. You can participate with the profit of Bitcoin cloud mining and albatross trading to create interest on your Bitcoin. So this is Bitcoin growing Bitcoin and compounding Bitcoin, which is really exciting. One BTC package costs anywhere, it's 50 euro. That's the standard of what each BTC package is. Conversion changes throughout the day of whatever currency you're using, but it's on average 60 USD and 80 Canadian, and you must purchase in Bitcoin. BTC packages run on an average of about 140%. So anywhere from 0.75 to about 1.25 a day. Once you hit your return of capital of 140%, each package will expire. So with that being said, we'll run to the next slide. How do you purchase your BTC package? Once you're signed up and you're logged in and you're registered and you go into your back office, all you need to do is go to shop and you click on BTC package, and you just basically send it in from your blockchain, from your Bitcoin wallet, and purchase as much as you want or as little as you want, which is exciting because anyone can get started for 50 euro, which is really exciting. That's an amazing entry point to get started with us. One thing that I will recommend is after you do that, go into your settings and turn your automatic BTC package rebuy on. And this is where you're going to be able to, get the ability of compounding interest and compounding your Bitcoin. I'm going to pass it back to Kwame to really show you the power of compound here. We have what's called a rebuy calculator in our back office, and that kind of breaks down what you invest in and what it would look like within the time allotted. So go ahead, Kwame, take it away, brother.
Sure thing, man. I get excited every time I'm hearing you talk about the rebuy calculator, because that is the secret sauce to these BTC packages, in my opinion. And I know you've maximized that with the packages that you've purchased in your account. And so what I wanted to do is just take a quick minute and just take a look at what we call the compound effect, and how to use how using your rebuy calculator in your back office can really maximize your returns. So we like to tell people start off with at least 100 packages or so. It's not a hard, fast rule. You get in where you fit in. Like Kenny said, you could get started with 50 euros. But we really tell people to dig in. It's a good idea to at least start off with 100 packages, so that we're going to use that as our model right now. So let's say you have 100 packages, and those 100 packages are going to work for you for about a year. Now, your initial cost for those packages is going to be 1.38 Bitcoin, which will increase over that time to 597 packages from 100. That's by turning on that rebuy calculator. But here's what's incredible. Remember early on, Kenny was telling you guys that if you invested 10,000 right now and you got 2.5 Bitcoin, a year from now, you're still going to have 2.5 Bitcoin, even though the value will fluctuate. Well, by purchasing packages with that Bitcoin, here's where you shake out. You started off with 1.38, but at the end of that year, you now have 6.45 Bitcoin in your account. So that's what he was talking about, Bitcoin making Bitcoin. And here, so I know you're like, okay, well, Kwame, what does that mean dollar and cents wise? Well, here you go. Your initial package purchase and cost would be 4,200, which right now Bitcoin is at 4,600. It jumped that much from the time that we started doing this PowerPoint and got ready to record it. We're at 4,600 bucks, but let's just take 4,200 times 1.38. Your initial cost would be $5,796. But here's what your potential earnings after compounding could potentially be. Let's say the experts are right in some of their predictions and speculations, and Bitcoin goes up to about $10,000 in a year. Now, we don't know if that's going to happen or not, but that's what some people are saying. So let's just use that number for example purposes only. Let's say $10,000 times 6.45 Bitcoin, you're looking at $64,540. If that doesn't get you excited or put a smile on your face, I don't know what, you need to check your pulse. And let's step this up a little bit. Let's take a look and see what would happen if you allowed that same 100 packages with your rebuy calculator on 100% for 2 years instead of 1 year, because we really want to maximize its value. Now, some people say, well, Kwame, that's easy. You don't have to show me that. Those 6.45 Bitcoin that I have will turn into probably 13 Bitcoin in another year, right? Incorrect. Because of the power of compounding, you will end up after 2 years having 24 Bitcoin. And here's what that looks like in the dollars and cents perspective. The same $57.96 as your initial package cost, but in 2 years, let's say the speculations are accurate and Bitcoin just doubles in another year, and you multiply that times 24 Bitcoin, you're looking at a nest egg of $480,400. Incredible. Now, some of you may not be liquid right now and able to purchase 100 packages. So we went ahead and we did the math. We dialed it back in half. And in this next slide, you're going to see what you would be looking at. So 50 packages for a year, your initial cost is going to be 0.69 Bitcoin, and that will turn into 3.2 Bitcoin in the course of that year. Dollars and cents wise, your initial package cost is $2,898 based on the current, well, what used to be the current market value. That number will probably go down because the price of Bitcoin has went up. And so you're looking at $32,000 after a year if Bitcoin goes on to rise up to 10,000 in a year. In 2 years, that number changes. You're looking at 520 working days, and that 3.2 packages now turns into 11.89 packages, which totals $237,800 in your nest egg. Those are some incredible numbers, some incredible stats. And I'm telling you, with this company, there has not been anyone as of yet that we know of that has lost any money with USI. Everybody is making money from day one. And that's an exciting thing. And so I'm going to pass this back to Kenny really quickly, and we're going to wrap this thing up. We told you we wouldn't keep you long. And so, Kenny, go ahead and take it away, brother.
Awesome. So here's what we're going to do. Get back to the person that invited you to watch this webinar, and get your questions answered. We want you to feel comfortable about what you're doing. But I will say this: once you get all your questions answered and you are really looking into investing in Bitcoin, get started today. You cannot find a better vehicle out there for you to invest Bitcoin in than USI Tech and the BTC packages. It's absolutely free to register your account. There's no monthly fees. There's no auto ships. You basically, like Kwame was saying earlier, you get in where you fit in. And you know what the crazy part is? You can actually earn more by taking an active role and referring people. You can earn unlimited referral commissions of 10%, down 12 levels. And we'll have another video going over the comp plan and all of that. But I'll say this: Bitcoin has dramatically changed my life. There's been many millionaires made with Bitcoin already. There will be many more millionaires and billionaires made with Bitcoin in the future. And get a piece of the pie. Get a piece of the pie. I know a lot of people have their money in RCPs, that's what they call them here, or 401ks or mutual funds or other things, or in the bank that are not earning them anywhere near 8% a year. Where can you get involved with something and grow your Bitcoin on an average of about 1% a day? It's amazing. I've never seen anything like it. And like Kwame said, the best part is every single person in USI Tech is winning. So welcome to the team. Jump on board and let's win together. Back to you, Kwame. Close it out.
Absolutely, man. I think you said it all. That is perfect. Guys, I tell you, get started today. It's nothing to think about. We don't think about spending $100 or so on shoes or purses or wallets or lunch or dinner. Invest in your future. Invest in yourself. It's a great way to really solidify your retirement and your now-tirement. So go ahead and get started today. Here's to the future of your abundance. This is Kwame Warner and Kenny Ho, and we are out of here. Until next time, have a phenomenal day.